There is a major misconception of why people wear belts, or the reason why they see other people wearing belts, or why they think belts, or how they're being used. I want to talk to you about is just regular belts, okay? Why the heck do we wear belts in the first place? And there is a major misconception of why people wear belts, or the reason why they see other people wearing belts, or why they think belts, or how they're being used. Now, let me tell you what the myth is, or what the problem is of why people, or why they think belts are used this way. Now, a lot of times whenever people wear belts, or what they think about belts is that they think is that belts are used to keep their back straight. But in all reality, let's go ahead and think about it this way, okay? Your back, it's in a vertical position, okay? You're standing up whenever you're deadlifting, or whenever you're pressing, anything overhead, whatever it is. Your back is in a lumbar curve, it's straight ahead, right? It's upright. Your belt is gonna be across your waist, okay? And while it's across your waist, it's not gonna be securing your whole back, okay? It's just there. That's like not even 3/4, or not even probably a quarter of your whole back, okay? Now, that's the problem, is that the belt, it's not gonna keep your back straight. What is gonna keep your back straight is your own nervous system, of how your brain is gonna be communicating with your spine. So we have to first develop that skill in order for us to really be lifting efficiently. This belt right here is just gonna help you with your nervous system on how you need to communicate with your brain. Okay, that's the crazy thing. It's more psychological than what it is physical for training. Now, what the main issue of what belts are is for you to push against that belt and keep your core as tight as possible, okay? So if I were to put this belt on, okay, and I'm about to be lifting, which I will show you guys a little lifting method here in a few. My goal with this belt, okay, because again, this belt is training my nervous system. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a big breather in, and let's say if I'm gonna go ahead and deadlift a weight, like a really heavy weight, okay, I'm gonna really keep my rib cage and my belly as engaged as possible and push against that belt. So I shouldn't be able to even put my fingers through any gaps between the belt and my core. So I'm keeping myself nice and hard, like a soda can, a brand new soda can that you can't break through. Okay, you can't even stomp in it, you can't bend it. That's how you need to treat yourself. So the belt is gonna be right above your hips. Make sure it's not on your hips at all. And from this position here, okay, I wanna push my rib cage as tight as possible against that belt. Hold my breath, and as I'm holding here, okay, that's gonna give me a lot more power output because I'm engaging a lot more muscle groups, okay? So this is training your neurological system. Without it, once you've been using this for a while, and if you're gonna be deadlifting that same weight, okay, you've trained yourself so much that it becomes very repetitive or very neutral for you that you don't have to think about it, but you don't have a belt anymore. You keep your core nice and tight, so as you're grabbing onto that barbell, you can still lift it without rounding or breaking through your back, okay? So let me go ahead and show you a few videos of what I mean. Okay, so I have my barbell right here, and I am gonna place my belt right where the lower area of my rib cage at. So kind of like belly button, or just maybe even right above the belly button area. So from this position here, okay, keeping a nice and tight belt, I want to approach my barbell, and I'm just gonna be teaching the traditional deadlift, but this can be used in many variations of movements, okay? It could be the presses, it could be dumbbells, it could be snatches, really anything like that, okay? But yes, I'm keeping my belt nice and tight, and from here, as I approach my barbell, okay, I want to already be nice and engaged with my rib cage, grabbing onto that barbell, making sure your feet are at hip width stance. And as I grab onto that barbell, I'm gonna be shoving that barbell against my shins, engaging my lats. So the more engagement that I get from my core, the stronger I can be by lifting weights, all right? So from that position here, nice and strong back. Notice how it's nice and straight. From here, I am pressing the barbell against my shins, and then I'm gonna come up to a traditional deadlift, okay? Pushing against that belt, all right? So that is mainly why the belt is there to use for, is to really teach you neurological how to lift weights correctly, okay? So we don't wanna be puffing out our butt in this position here, like if we wanna take a picture for a selfie or anything like that, right? We don't wanna be keeping our scaps, you know, tight together and having this big loop up your back, okay? This is not a correct form. Notice that the belt even scooted down, okay? Because there's no engagement there. But if I were to scoot this up, push against it, that belt's not gonna go anywhere, okay? So there you have it, guys. That is why we use the belt in lifting, and hope you guys enjoy that, all right? So go kick ass, and I hope to see you guys real soon, all right?